which country stretches for over 4,300 kilometers but is so narrow it's often compared to a chili pepper? Chile, a land of endless wonders. This captivating nation boasts deserts that burst into life with colorful blooms after years of silence, vibrant coffee shops where every sip is accompanied by spirited conversations, and beaches where age-old customs give way to bold self-expression. How can a country famous for hosting the driest desert on Earth also cradle some of the world's richest marine ecosystems? And could it be true that the so-called land of fire and ice hides a staggering garbage mountain of 39,000 tons visible from space? Let's journey into the mesmerizing and unexpected world of Chile. Number 1. Chile's shape and scale. Stretching an incredible 4,300 kilometers from north to south, Chile is one of the longest countries in the world. Yet, at its widest, it measures just 175 kilometers. This slender profile has earned Chile nicknamed the Chile-shaped country. With a population of just under 20 million as of 2024, Chile feels surprisingly open. On average, there are only 24 people per square kilometer, but in Santiago, the bustling capital, over 8,500 people pack into each square kilometer. This contrast highlights Chile with vast uninhabited deserts, isolated islands, and dense urban hubs. Chile's landscapes are just as diverse. In the north, the Atacama Desert holds the title of the driest desert on Earth, where some areas have gone centuries without rain. To the south, a completely different world emerges: fjords, glaciers, and rugged islands that feel untouched. These dramatic regions not only limit settlement but also create some of the most breathtaking scenery on the planet. Spanish is the official language. People around the world often compare countries to familiar shapes: Italy to a boot, Vietnam to the letter S, and Finland is likened to a baby crocodile emerging from an eggshell. In this playful tradition, Chile's likeness to a chili pepper stands out, showcasing a universal human tendency to find creativity in the contours of a map. Chile's dramatic contrasts don't just stop at its landscapes. Its urban culture reveals equally striking surprises, like the unexpected allure of the Café con Piernas, where coffee and controversy brew together in Santiago's bustling streets. Number 2. Café con Piernas. What transforms a simple coffee shop into a cultural phenomenon? In Chile, Le Café con Piernas, meaning coffee with legs, provides the answer. These unique establishments, mainly found in Santiago, are famous for their waitstaff dressed in attire like miniskirts, high heels, or even bikinis. The concept began in the 1980s and gained popularity in the 1990s. Initially, the waitresses wore fashionable yet modest clothing. Over time, some cafes introduced more provocative uniforms to draw larger crowds. Today, most Café con Piernas spots are centered in Santiago's busy city areas, particularly on pedestrian streets like Paseo Ahumada and Huerfanos. These cafes have stirred significant debate. While many customers view them as harmless entertainment, critics argue they objectify women and reinforce outdated gender roles. To further complicate matters, some of these cafes operate in legal gray zones, leading city officials to intervene. In the early 2000s, Santiago's mayors limited their operating hours to daylight and prohibited alcohol sales to address safety concerns and allegations of harassment. Despite the controversies, Café con Piernas represents a curious intersection of Chile's conservative traditions and evolving social norms. Love them or hate them, these cafes capture a unique slice of urban life, mixing bold marketing with complex cultural undertones. How can a country renowned for its conservative values also embrace a beach where clothing is completely optional, creating a fascinating contradiction of freedom and tradition? Before diving in, I have a quick 10-second request for all of you listening. If you enjoy these stories, please hit the notification bell and subscribe. It means the world to us and truly supports this channel. If you do, I promise my team and I will keep working to bring you even better content. Deal? Number 3. Playa Luna Beach. Chile, a nation often linked to its conservative cultural values, has an unexpected claim to fame. It is home to Playa Luna, the country's only official beach where you can relax without clothing. Located in the Valparaiso region near the quaint town of Horcon, Playa Luna has been a sanctuary for naturists since the 1960s. But how did this unique destination earn official recognition in a society deeply rooted in modesty? The answer lies in the efforts of René Rojas, a trailblazer of organized naturism in Chile. In the year 2000, Playa Luna was officially designated as a clothing-optional beach, largely thanks to Rojas and the Playa Luna Club, a group committed to fostering inclusivity and acceptance. Their goal was to create a welcoming space free of discrimination, where all visitors could feel comfortable regardless of their orientation, race, gender, social standing, political beliefs, or religion. While Playa Luna remains Chile's only officially recognized clothing-optional beach, there are other unofficial spots where naturism occurs. However, these places lack formal acknowledgement, and visitors should always respect local customs and regulations. Chile's laws surrounding public attire add another layer of complexity. Publicly exposing breasts is not classified as a criminal act, but Article 373 of the Penal Code allows for penalties if actions are deemed to offend modesty or good customs. Similarly, Article 495 outlines fines for those who violate regulations designed to preserve public order. This legal gray area has made designated spaces like Playa Luna vital for naturists seeking a safe and judgment-free environment. Do you think Playa Luna's official status signals a shift in Chile's societal values? Or is it merely an exception to the country's otherwise conservative culture? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 4. Yellow underwear tradition. Have you ever wondered how simple items can become symbols of luck and prosperity? In Chile, New Year's celebrations include the fascinating tradition of gifting and wearing yellow underwear. Yellow, associated with the sun, is believed to attract good fortune and financial success. As midnight nears, lingerie stores in cities like Santiago are packed with shoppers searching for yellow underwear in all sizes for both men and women. Chile isn't alone in this vibrant tradition. In Mexico, Peru, and Ecuador, yellow underwear is tied to wealth, while red signifies love. Meanwhile, in Uruguay, Argentina, and Brazil, pink is the color of choice, symbolizing harmony and peace. But there's more to Chile's New Year customs than colorful undergarments. Many Chileans eat 12 grapes at midnight, one for each month of the year, to invite prosperity. Others take a stroll with an empty suitcase, a quirky ritual believed to ensure a year filled with travel adventures. These unique practices highlight the importance Chileans place on positivity and starting the new year with hope and ambition. Number 5. Atacama Desert. Chile's Atacama Desert is the driest place on Earth, with some regions receiving less than 1/10 of a millimeter of rain each year. The Antofagasta Plain within the desert holds the record for the highest solar radiation on Earth, surpassing 2,177 watts per square meter. This extreme sunlight has turned the Atacama into a crucial research site for scientists exploring life in harsh conditions. Microorganisms here thrive, despite intense ultraviolet radiation and a lack of water, surviving by feeding on chemical compounds. But the Atacama isn't just a scientific wonder. Its vast salt flats are home to some of the largest flamingo colonies in the world, creating a breathtaking contrast against the barren landscape. In the heart of this desolation rises the Mano del Desierto, or Hand of the Desert, a striking sculpture by Chilean artist Mario Irrazabal. This haunting monument, which emerges from the sands, honors victims of human rights violations and adds a profound human dimension to the stark terrain. The Atacama also hides one of nature's rarest and most spectacular events, the Desierto Florido, or desert in bloom every few years. When rain finally graces the desert, dormant seeds awaken, turning the arid plains into a vibrant sea of flowers. Among the 200 species that bloom is the enchanting Ananuka, a purple and yellow flower uniquely adapted to this unforgiving environment. These seeds can remain dormant for decades, patiently waiting for the rare rains that bring this phenomenon to life. From the scorching aridity of the Atacama Desert to the quiet reverence of Talca's cemetery celebrations, how does Chile manage to balance such extremes of nature and tradition in ways that continue to captivate the world? Stay tuned. Number 6. New Year's graveyard celebrations. In Talca, Chile, New Year's Eve is marked by a deeply unique and heartfelt tradition. Instead of fireworks and parties, families gather in cemeteries to honor their departed loved ones. This extraordinary custom began in the mid-1990s when a grieving family chose to spend New Year's Eve at a father's gravesite. Their touching act resonated so profoundly that the city's mayor opened cemetery gates every December 31st, giving birth to a cherished ritual. As midnight nears, families arrive with food, drinks, candles, and portable fires. Graves are adorned with flowers, lights, and mementos, transforming the cemetery into a space of warmth and remembrance. Families share meals, recount stories, and engage in quiet reflection. This tradition serves as a way to bring peace to the souls of ancestors while inviting blessings for the coming year. Unlike the lively New Year's festivities seen in many cultures, Talca's cemetery gatherings are serene and introspective. Participants often find comfort in this practice, maintaining a spiritual connection with their loved ones while fostering closure and hope. This tradition reflects the broader Latin American practice of honoring the dead but stands out in its focus on welcoming the future while staying deeply connected to the past. By the year 2024, this tradition continues to attract both locals and visitors. Cemeteries are illuminated and monitored for safety, and families sometimes bring music to enrich the reflective atmosphere. Though solemn, the event fosters a sense of community as families share stories and traditions, weaving a tapestry of memory and hope. Number 7. Alien. In the year 2003, an extraordinary discovery was made in Chile's Atacama Desert. A 6-inch long preserved skeleton, later named ATA, its tiny size, elongated skull, and unusual 10 pairs of ribs, 2 fewer than the typical 12, sparked widespread speculation. Could this bizarre skeleton be evidence of extraterrestrial life? For years, theories swirled, ranging from ancient deformities to alien encounters. However, in the year 2018, a team of researchers led by Dr. Gary Nolan from Stanford University performed a detailed DNA analysis. The conclusion? The skeleton was identified as a human female in the earliest stages of development. Her striking physical features were linked to a combination of genetic mutations, especially those affecting bone growth. These mutations likely caused the skeletal abnormalities that had fueled speculation for more than a decade. The findings not only offered a scientific explanation for her unusual appearance but also emphasized the value of rigorous research in solving mysteries that initially seem unexplainable. What other secrets might science one day uncover in the Atacama Desert, a region already famous for its extreme environment and remarkable phenomena? Number 8. The Atacama Dumping Ground. The Atacama Desert, famous for its breathtaking beauty, has become an unexpected dumping ground for the fast fashion industry, exposing a hidden environmental crisis. Each year, around 59,000 tons of discarded clothing are shipped to the Iquique port in northern Chile's Alto Hospicio Free Zone. Out of this, nearly 39,000 tons of unsold and unwanted garments are dumped directly into the desert. Walking through these dumping sites feels like stepping into a surreal landscape. Mountains of discarded jeans, dresses, and suits, many still bearing price tags, lie baking under the scorching sun. Most of these garments, manufactured predominantly in China, are made from synthetic, non-biodegradable materials. Their presence is not only an eyesore but also an ecological disaster. A single garment can take up to 200 years to decompose. As they break down, they release harmful microplastics into the fragile desert ecosystem. Worse, some textiles spontaneously combust under the intense desert heat, emitting toxic fumes into the atmosphere. This adds to the environmental damage already caused by production, such as the 7,000 liters of water required to make just one pair of jeans. Globally, the clothing and footwear industry is responsible for 8% of greenhouse gas emissions, further worsening the climate crisis. Chile plays a significant role in the second-hand clothing trade, receiving massive shipments of used and overproduced garments. While some are resold, the majority are abandoned in the Atacama, highlighting the darker consequences of globalization and overconsumption. Amid this grim scenario, innovative solutions are emerging. For instance, Ecofibra, a local initiative, repurposes textile waste into insulation panels for buildings, providing a sustainable alternative to traditional materials. However, these efforts barely scratch the surface of the larger issue. What's your perspective on the fast fashion industry contributing to this environmental disaster? Should stricter regulations be imposed, or does the responsibility lie with consumers to make more conscious choices? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel for more fascinating stories. Number 9. Volcanoes and ice. What happens when fire and ice coexist in one of the planet's most dynamic landscapes? In Chile, this fascinating interplay shapes its remarkable geography. Located along the Pacific Ring of Fire, Chile is home to more than 2,000 volcanoes, with approximately 500 considered geologically active. Among the most notable are Villarrica, Lima, and Osorno, renowned for their powerful eruptions and distinctive natural beauty. At the same time, Chile holds a significant share of South America's glaciers, including the vast northern and southern Patagonian ice fields. These icy expanses stretch across thousands of square kilometers and feed iconic glaciers like San Rafael and San Quintin. Even more striking, some active volcanoes, such as Villarrica, are topped with glaciers. When volcanic activity heats and melts the surrounding ice, it can trigger dangerous phenomena like lahars, posing risks to nearby communities and ecosystems. This delicate balance is increasingly under threat. Climate change has accelerated the melting and retreat of glaciers, disrupting water supplies and amplifying environmental hazards. For instance, the San Rafael Glacier, a crucial component of Chile's ice fields, has been retreating at a rapid pace, raising alarm about the future sustainability of these vital natural resources. Number 10. The world's largest swimming pool. In Algarrobo, Chile, the San Alfonso del Mar resort boasts the world's largest swimming pool, an astonishing feat of engineering and design. Spanning over 1,000 meters in length and covering about 8 hectares, this massive artificial lagoon holds an incredible 250 million liters of seawater. Opened in December 2006, the pool was created by the Chilean company Crystal Lagoons using cutting-edge technology. Seawater is drawn directly from the Pacific Ocean, then filtered, treated, and maintained with remarkable clarity, resembling the turquoise waters of tropical beaches. With a maximum depth of 3.5 meters, the pool accommodates activities such as swimming, sailing, and kayaking, all within a controlled environment. The scale of San Alfonso del Mar came with a hefty price tag. Early estimates placed the cost of its advanced filtration system at around $3.5 million. Later evaluations suggest the total construction costs range between $1.5 billion and $2 billion, with annual maintenance expenses nearing $4 million. Despite these costs, the pool has become a top destination for tourists seeking a one-of-a-kind, luxurious experience. Would you take a swim in the world's largest pool? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for more incredible attractions Chile has to offer. Number 11. Easter Island. Easter Island, known as Rapa Nui, is one of the most remote inhabited islands on Earth, located over 2,000 miles west of mainland Chile in the southeastern Pacific Ocean. Famous for its nearly 900 monumental moai statues, this volcanic island continues to fascinate archaeologists and travelers alike. These colossal figures, some standing over 30 feet tall and weighing up to 82 tons, were carved by the Rapa Nui people between the 14th and 17th centuries. Far more than just sculptures, the moai hold deep spiritual significance in Rapa Nui culture. With their elongated faces and watchful gazes, they are believed to represent ancestral leaders who, in death, protected and blessed their descendants. Positioned to face the villages, the moai served as a link between the physical and spiritual worlds. The immense effort to carve, transport, and erect these statues reflects the Rapa Nui people's ingenuity and remarkable sense of community. Today, the moai face significant challenges due to climate change. Rising sea levels and increasingly severe storms are accelerating coastal erosion, threatening many statues, particularly those near the shoreline. Preservation efforts are ongoing but face difficulties due to limited resources and the island's remote location. In the year 2024, Norway's Kon-Tiki Museum returned artifacts and human remains taken from the island during the 1950s. This repatriation marked a significant step in the global effort to return indigenous artifacts, honoring the Rapa Nui people's enduring connection to their cultural heritage and the iconic moai. Number 12. Zombie Walk Festival. What would you do if you found yourself surrounded by zombies, aliens, and creatures from alternate dimensions? In Santiago, Chile, this isn't a horror movie, it's the annual Zombie Walk Festival. Held every October, this event transforms the city's streets into a vibrant celebration of creativity and entertainment. The 2024 edition, held on Sunday, October 20th, began at noon in Plaza Italia and marched along Alameda to Parque Almagro, concluding with music and festivities. This year's theme, Mundos Paralelos or Parallel Worlds, elevated the festival to new heights. Participants were invited to dress as beings from alternate realities, with organizers envisioning a grand portal at Plaza Italia, where creatures from other dimensions could step into our world. The result was a stunning display of costumes and makeup, showcasing everything from zombies to fantastical creations. Highlights of the festival included live performances by bands like Keiko Yoma, Distortion Nocturna, and Voodoo Zombie, who performed atop the Camion del Terror or Truck of Terror, as it rolled along with the procession. There were also costume contests, including one inspired by the classic film Beetlejuice, offering cash prizes for the most extraordinary participants. What makes this festival truly special? It's not just the incredible costumes or performances. The Zombie Walk Festival has grown into a major cultural event in Chile, drawing thousands of participants and spectators each year. It's a celebration of imagination and community, bringing people together in a way that's both fun and unforgettable. Would you join the march next year? From the eerie streets of the Zombie Walk Festival to the vibrant celebrations of Fondas during Fiestas Patrias, Chile seamlessly blends the surreal and the traditional, showcasing a cultural identity that is as unique as it is captivating. Number 13. Fonda parties. In Chile, fondas are temporary establishments that spring to life every September during Fiestas Patrias, the national celebrations honoring the country's independence, also known as ramadas or chinganas. These venues are vibrant hubs of traditional Chilean food, drinks, music, and dance, serving as the heart of the festivities. One of the most famous fondas is La Grandiosa Bertida, located in Santiago's O'Higgins Park. Established in the late 1950s, it has become a cornerstone of Fiestas Patrias. Often selected to open Santiago's official celebrations, it frequently hosts national dignitaries and government officials, adding prestige to its lively and welcoming atmosphere. Fiestas Patrias are traditionally held on September 18th and 19th, but if the dates align with a weekend, the celebrations can stretch for up to a week. During this period, fondas throughout Chile transform into communal spaces filled with live performances of cuica, the national dance, as well as traditional activities like games and rodeos. It's a festive time for both locals and visitors to fully immerse themselves in Chilean culture. Number 14. Taboos. Chile has its share of taboos and customs that reflect a society valuing respect, modesty, and tradition. Public displays of affection are generally discouraged, with modest behavior preferred in public spaces. Chileans are deeply patriotic, so criticizing the country or its culture can be seen as offensive, while genuine compliments are warmly received. Personal space is important. Greetings often involve a handshake or a light kiss on the cheek, but unnecessary touching or standing too close is usually avoided. Dining etiquette in Chile is notably formal. The use of cutlery is essential, even for casual foods like French fries. Eating with your hands, licking your fingers, or using toothpicks at the table is considered impolite, especially in someone's home. These practices highlight the formality and respect Chileans bring to shared meals. Smoking is strictly regulated across Chile, with indoor smoking banned nationwide. First-time offenders face fines of up to $170, while repeat violations double the penalty. Establishments with multiple offenses risk closure. However, smoking is still permitted in parks, squares, and streets. These measures were introduced to address alarming statistics. Nearly 40% of Chileans are regular smokers, the highest rate globally, even exceeding the United States. Sensitive subjects such as politics, religion, or discussions about the Pinochet era should be approached with caution. Additionally, gestures like the OK sign can be easily misinterpreted and are best avoided. These social nuances serve as a reminder of the importance of cultural awareness when visiting Chile. Number 15. Chilean flag. Have you ever noticed how strikingly similar the Chilean flag is to the flag of Texas? This resemblance often sparks debate, with some even suggesting that Chile copied Texas. Chile adopted its flag in the year 1817, over a century before Texas introduced its design in 1939. Despite their visual similarities, the meanings behind the flags are entirely different. On the Chilean flag, the blue represents the sky, the white symbolizes the snow-capped Andes Mountains, and the red stands for the bloodshed during Chile's fight for independence. In contrast, the Texas flag interprets blue as loyalty, white as purity and freedom, and red as courage. Both flags feature a single white star, yet even this detail carries distinct meanings. On the Texas flag, the star represents the unity of the state, while on the Chilean flag, it signifies progress and honor. Their differences extend to their shapes as well. Chile's flag is square, whereas the Texas flag is rectangular. Interestingly, the colors of the Texas flag align with those of the United States flag, tying it to the broader identity of the nation. So, is the similarity purely coincidental, or does it suggest a deeper historical connection? For those with a keen eye, the subtle differences stand out, but understanding the unique stories behind these flags reveals how symbols can reflect the values and history of a place. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love this content. Comment below about the next country you want to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video.